Hello world! Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. As you see right here, I've managed to clean up quite a bit of the taint. It's still pretty much at the threshold of getting tainted again. See some creeping tendrils coming along, and the rest of the areas are pretty tainted, but it seems like none of it is managing to get past these totems of dawns. Now I'm not sure whether they can go under the cave systems and manage to escape the boundaries into these untainted chunks, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, I was doing a bit of experimentation and work over here, trying to figure out some things to do while I am doing other things because, frankly, boredom very much sucks. So, what I did was I put an arcane boar down with the earth foci and 8 singularities and managed to get a big hole right under here. But then I realized, after it finished, unfortunately, that y equals 49 when I'm at the bottom of this big hole. So when I am at the top of this big hole, y equals 90. So I'm going to have to dig down really deep and let this thing loose and have it dig up my basement where it is much more preferable and, well, cost effective really, because frankly these things are expensive. Now I am letting this thing repair up in my alchemy chest so that I can do other things while I am waiting for repairing. I think I said other things before, probably. Oh well. And also I edited my system over here slightly so that I can actually throw a bunch of junk into here, say like my wooden logs, and actually request it with my wrench. So, for instance, if I want 3 frames, wow, I'm a real spender. I can just request it and it'll finally be able to make it. Takes a bit, but then it just plonks right out. Now I'll have to be able to find some way to get all of those brass and bronze ingots much more effectively. All I have right now is one assembly that has a bunch of brass ingots, and I have some more tin cooking up here. But there has to be a much more effective way to doing that. So I'll probably just make a bunch of tin and brass whatever with the alchemy chest over there and throw it into this chest so that I can start building other things. I'll also need a diamond block, which is going to take a bit of effort to make, seeing as I have my collector and my relay in here, where, well, the relay is not really doing anything. And I am making a bunch of Eternalist fuel, but that is going to take a long freaking time to get the diamond block and the iron block, which will be needed to advance further into my development of alchemical knowledge. So that's why I am going to move this boar somewhere else, and probably best if I had a few torches to help me, and then get along with what I'm doing. This will do. Without going into supreme specifics, basically what I'm going to want to do is run a lot of tubes down deep underground, pipes actually, and set my arcane bore to just go dig, quantify. Also, this would be a good idea. You know, just send it to just dig a big amount through the cave system and get as much of the resources as I can. Now, there are going to be a few complications, obviously. Some of them will be the fact that it will punch through crystals, and that might not be the best thing in the world. Hey! But a good thing would be if it punched through decaying crystals, or whoop! I don't want you. not decaying crystals, but those tainted crystals. If it punched through that stuff, it would be a lot better. Now, why is that such a perfectly rounded hole? Because it just sucks. So, I'll just quickly run through some of these mines, grab the resources that I can, and set the rest of the stuff. Ooh, diamonds. Da 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 da. What was I saying anyways? Oop. Saying that stuff is annoying. Anyways, what I'll do is, as I was saying, set all of this stuff in motion by just putting all of these pipes on my system. Diamonds! Yay. Put it on my system and then just walk away while I'm getting diamonds galore. I'll probably set the system up so that it will... Yeah. You know what? I'll just go with it, see what happens, find a good place, and place it down. I'll come back later when I have the chance so that I'll be able to admire my handiwork. Oh, and be awesome about it. But also, as I was saying, hopefully I don't punch through too many non-tainted crystals, because the last thing I want is this area to start decaying due to, well, lack of awesome stuff would be one of the reasons. Now, where was the hole that I came through? Light, where are you? Where are you, Light? There you are. So just dig down a bit more. This seems like a good place. And set it to go this direction. Okay, that means the pipe will also need to go there. So I'll need to have it come over here. Ah, screw it. Hey! I said screw it! Ah! And there we go. I'll have it face there, throw tubes down, and see what happens. So now I'll want this to go here. I want a lever also, so I'll place down the bore here. Nah. Stop getting in my way. So bore, check, placed, aimed, and everything. I'll still need to put the the foci in. Foci is actually the plural form. It's focus, not foci. And wow, that was helpful. Okay, throw these in. And throw in a bunch of tubes. I'll need to also... Ooh, that was creepy. Ooh, Optifine. You see, this is why I can't have nice things. You always ruin things. So just throw up a pipe, seeing that it does connect right away, so that's a good thing. Get away. So it connects, so when I pull that switch when the foci is in, it will just go up, up, and everything. So, just some tube popping, and go to the surface. Okay, it looks like our arcane focus is pretty much fully charged up, and the tubes look like they're all connected. Pipes, I gotta remember it. And thankfully, I do have my jetpack on, and which is something I should have checked, and that could have killed me. So, let's probably best to block off this area from impending doom. You know, because impending doom is not exactly the healthiest thing that we want to attack us this fine morning. But unhealthy zoom is a little better. Okay, so let's get our arcane focus out of our bag and snap this in. Everything seems like it's working, and then start going. It looks like all of the materials are going through this pipe, even though it is painfully slow. It's not like it matters how quickly it gets there, but judging by how many items will be in this pipe, it might cause quite a bit of lag. Now that's not too much of a problem, and I can just leave it be. So I'll just go way up here and pop on this little stone piece so that I do not fall and break my neck or something like that. Like that would ever happen. It has happened. Thankfully, I had my jetpack. Okay, now other things that I will want to do are quite simple. Other than making fancy runes on my workplace areas, come on, you must say that that is pretty awesome. And that also, it's kind of like pie. Not cherry pie though. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so as you see, they have the macerator with copper ore and everything like that. Now, the problem with this right now is pretty simple. Only one battery source, charging it up. I don't think it actually seems to be connecting for some reason, which is a little troublesome. This MFE doesn't seem to want to update whenever I go back. And the energy is just being sucked out of it, and it's not going to this. So I might need to put a gold cable there, which I think I will be able to make. Let's see. Diamond. Rubber. Gold cable, please. Let's see. This. With this. I guess that doesn't work, does it? Why must you be difficult? Okay. Obviously, you can only have one of those, so 2 times insulation cable, and I should make one more of those. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, by the way, so don't worry. So this should be getting energy from the generator, and obviously it is not. Now we're getting a charge from it. So maybe it has to update or something, but from what I understand, it should be able to get it like that. Anyways, what I was going to talk about is getting a row of factory macerators on this, probably, where items will come in and like come in from there or something, go over to the industrial craft corner, where I can then bring it way back here. What I mean is there's going to be a lot of copper ore and all of the like coming from this chest, right? Eventually. It just has to get there, seeing as it's freaking slow and in clumps and everything. Though it seems like it's getting lag reduced and uranium galore. What was I talking about? Ah, yes. Basically, there's going to be a lot of ores coming in here, and when I throw it into the sorting network, it's going to say, hey, that's a lot of ores. What are you going to do about that? What I want to be able to do about that is to have it instead diverting all of the ores over into this maceration section. Or to, well, yeah, let's see. I want to have the ores diverting to a maceration section, maybe a chest that will be kind of a buffer for the macerators. Since the macerators take a heck of a long time, there may need to be a buffer or a heck of a lot of macerators. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is that I'll want to have an automating system where I can pull the dust away from the macerators when it's done, go to electric furnaces, and then when those are done, go way back over to my, hey, these are all refined ingots chest. You know, fancy name like that. So what we'll want to do is get a bunch of filters. Filters and transposers. The problem is that we'll need a lot of other materials before we get to that stage. We're going to need to get the wafers that are probably right in front of me, throw them in, and get a lot of redstone wafers. Redstone wafers are required for those filters. We're also going to need to get tubes galore, so find our next unmanned crafting table right here and put in a recipe for tubes. Tubes instead of all the other stuff that we will need. So tubes here and make you learn. There we go. And probably throw in the rest of this junk and request a stack of tubes, please. Stack, 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 stack. And then it will, well, throw a bunch of tubes on the ground, thankfully, for me to pick up. I think that's good enough. And let's just quickly get some of these wafers so we can start making all the stuff. We're going to need a bunch of redstone and iron also in the chest. So iron we have, but we probably need a bit more of that. So make some more of that quickly. Throw the iron in the chest, throw the non-existent redstone in the chest. Man, that's annoying. But also this, and we got enough wood. So I'll grab the remainder of the redstone that's over here. Only 2. Guess I'm only going to be able to make 1 filter or something. Throw that in. And actually I'm going to get some of the... No, there's redstone generating over there. And get 1 simple little filter. Missing gold. Why are you so expensive, you filters? Why? Why? I guess they hate me. Okay, gold finally in. So now we can press for our filter. Request. Got all of the items it looks like. And there we go. 1 single simple filter. Single simple filter. Isn't that awesome? Okay. So now there's some sort of other red power device that may prove useful in the future. Not the buffer, but it's the ejector and the relay. The ejector is simple where it uses a filter and a buffer, so I do need a buffer. And when stuff that comes in tubes goes to it, it'll be able to, basically it'll be a patch between the network for tubes and pipes. So I might need to use that and employ it in the future. However, I am not quite at that stage yet since I need to do a bit of planning. Since I need to do planning, it will take a bit of, well, annoyance, really. On your part, really. So let's just simply grab some of this stuff and see what we can do. Actually, ding, ding, ding. I think I got a good idea for how I want to do this. Obviously, the filters are going to be the main thing. These filters will filter out all of the items that will be needed. Does this work? No, it doesn't. Losing train of thought is never that good. Basically, these filters will be the main thing. So say gold ore and stuff will go here. Gold ore and all the other stuff, and we'll go to alchemical chests going way down this line so that it will be safe storage. Then there will be logistics pipes behind the alchemical chest. They will link to a simple filter system. Not the filter system, but will connect to the rest of this network, and will probably also connect to stuff way over there. The stuff way over there will constantly be requesting, say, the copper ore and the tin ore and etc. That requesting will then go over to the macerators. That requesting will go into the macerators, and the stuff from the macerators will be pulled out and sent to the furnaces. Then the stuff from the furnaces will be pulled out and sent to the sorting line. So basically, what's going to happen is there's going to be a chest here. Pull the lever, it all gets sorted into the ores. The thing over there detects, hey, there's some ores in the systems. Let's pull them out. That will be the Buildcraft logistics pipes. It'll go underground, most likely. Go way over here and go into the industrial craft stuff, where it will macerate it. Then, using logistics pipes, we'll send it back over here. Maybe there's some way to expedite the process so that it's a lot easier. Then, when it's done, it'll go way over to the using Buildcraft logistics pipes, go way back over here, and then go to the sorting chest, which it will then sort again. Now, too much redstone. Let's pull all of that redstone out, since I think too much redstone is not really the best thing. Though we do have a lot of diamonds, so that probably means we hit a bunch of uranium ore. So, let's say this is the sorting chest. We will need to have some sort of transposer that will go right here. I'll need to figure out where that transposer will actually go, since it will need to be a bit easier. Actually, since I have enough redstone and the like, we can actually craft a transposer to test our network. So redstone here, thank you very much. Transposer, let's make 2. Request successful, it'll make the transposer. I don't know about you, but I actually like watching all of this stuff be made. Transposer? Transposers, thank you. Okay, transposers over here and way over here. Now the transposer will be here. Here. And turned around, obviously. So then I'll flick a switch and it'll pull out the stuff. Actually, I think not a transposer, but the other thing, the filter, would be best, since it will pull stuff not individually but all at once. So stacks at a time instead of single items, since single items would be annoying. Now it'll go down over here, through here, and say this will be the unmacerated ore chest, the dust and finished ingots, rare gems, forest stuff, etc, 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 and a junk chest. Then I'll need to put it to some provider pipes to provide to that network and everything. I think this chest will actually be over here, since it'll be sorting it into our chest room and not actually any other thing. Now that I think of it, we'll probably need a better layout of a room, since it's not going to be that big. Probably up to here would suffice, actually. But that's not too much to worry about. So, also a logic tile stuff, but moving onwards, let's figure out the next step in our master plan to rule over the universe. Okay, now that we have a few filters down, we should make our chest where we're going to actually be, making the sorting. We'll take a simple filter right here, which it will take every single item from our chest. Now we will need a bit more wood for this situation, so go over here. Actually, let's use our system to make the chest, and I made 2 by accident. Oh well. Chest, please. Thank you. Let's go. Okay, chest way over here, connected right here. That seems good. Now we'll also then need to bring these tubes way down and making sure that they're hidden, go through all of this dirt. Unfortunately, I don't have any sort of shovel of awesomeness, since I kind of used up all of that. But with all of the diamonds and junk that we've managed to create and obtain from our system so far, don't let me up. There we go. We should be able to have it working. Now we'll then need a timer here with a redstone switch or something to pull it and then have everything working. In fact, also, this system will probably need to move a few blocks of work. Also, throw in every single ore for the first sorting. This will be the ore chest. Like, or what? Ah ha ha! I need to get a life. So, ore chests will go here. In fact, we do have a chest over here to just prove demonstration purposes. So, ore chest. And when we throw the switch, all of our ores will go here or else. And then we'll want to put some supplier or provider or whatever they are called logistics pipes behind them. And it looks like they are provider pipes. We have providers. At least the recipe for such is glowstone, which we probably have somewhere. But we have crafting logistics pipes also. Do you have glowstone? Glowstone? No glowstone. Why am I never prepared for these certain demonstrations? Probably has something to do with slacking off way. Come on, make more videos so you'll be snap, 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 snappy. That is not helping. And to prove his complete ineptness, he has glowstone, which he'll convert way over here. Hooray. Now that we got our glowstone, we can simply take a bunch of the basic logistics pipes and make them into providers. So just line them up to where they will be, and obviously these tubes seem to like connecting to those logistics pipes. But no matter. Next we'll then want to go down and connect these pipes, logistics pipes, over and with cobblestone tubes, bring them way over into our industrial craft room. That will require a bit of precision work, so 339 negative 225. Don't let me forget that. 339 negative 225. 339 negative 225. So go over here and dig down. So we can get to the stone and then dig forward. 339 negative 225. I'll probably remember it eventually. And we, of course, got to the dirt. So, now people are probably going to think that I am inept, which is probably truthful, when I am just going like this. But there is a method to my madness. After I get all of this done... 335 negative 225. Yep, here we go. So when I dig up, I'll connect to the pipe eventually. Okay, got this. Bring it down. And bring it way over here. When I get this connected to the industrial craft room, I'll be able to have them directly connected to macerators. The macerators I will, of course, need to maybe make some dedicated crafting pipes for that. Now, let's see. I am just enough, so get this here and start making our way up. Now, I wish there was some way to hide these, but hey, there's no equivalent thing for it. So, we can line up macerators here with all of the supplier pipes. And if I am correct, supplier pipes will cost an arm and a leg to make. Hey, look, lapis! Yay. We'll also need to make a bunch of macerators, which will require a bunch of flint and the like. So, hey, more glass. So let's actually put some blueprints, for a lack of a better word, of a bunch of the industrial craft equipment that we will need for this project. I'll save you from all of that, so after a quick time jump, we then find ourselves in front of an expanded automatic crafting area, and click, and pop comes a macerator! Mwahaha! Obviously, after a bit of trepidation and all of this, you know, wire hopping, we got our first macerator using our automatic system. We'll then just need to run over to this area so that we can finally set everything up. But we pretty much got the gist of the matter. And presto! Yay. Now hopefully when I throw stuff into here, it will go right into the top, and when I put pipes over here, it'll bring it out. Now there's also another item that is interesting me right now, which is called the induction furnace. From what I remember playing around back when this item was a little more easily accessible, it basically, when you plop it down on the ground and feed it a bunch of stuff, it will make things a lot easier by slowly getting up to speed and making all of the items into a reality. I am explaining it horribly. Let's go back to the beginning. Basically, it's like a regular furnace in the fact that it smelts stuff. Wow, who would have figured? But instead of just at a flat rate building stuff up, it actually builds up heat and uses that heat to make it go a lot quicker and much more energy efficient. It only works really when you're doing large amounts of stuff, so probably wouldn't be best for this system, but it does get the job done. Now I will want to add some sort of system so that it will emit, this thing will emit a redstone pulse when it's empty or when it's not full or something. I don't know, something like that. I'll be imaginative. And also I'll want to put some other stuff so that I'll have a row of macerators and we'll be able to macerate to our heart's contentness and stuff. But we'll also, when I'm actually, let me touch on this, I don't remember having it require an advanced machine block, which requires a normal machine block and a lot of other stuff. Advanced alloy requires a compressor. Then this mixed alloy requires this, so refined iron and all of that junk. And then there's the carbon plate, which is the compressing of raw carbon mesh, which is made by raw carbon fiber, which is made by coal dust. So basically a lot of stuff that needs to be done. And to automate that process will take quite a bit of work. Now let's look. My arcane focus is almost recharged completely, so I can probably just simply reorient it. And yeah, basically, just so you know, I had a little fun when falling down this hole in the fact that, oops, forgot jetpack, so I had to quickly go into my inventory. Actually, thankfully, my linking book was in my hotbar, so I could avoid the death. Yeah, death. I think it's called that. It's a little too real for my taste, I must say. Now let's check over here and see how our taint is going. Our tainted area seems like it's still functioning, and we're down to only 3 taint, like 3.3k taint, which isn't too bad, though it seems to be encroaching yet again, which is not a good thing. Could be a lot worse, but whatever. Also, I noticed that when I'm in this eternal day world, the moon seems to always be full, which is great for thaumatic items, actually. But it makes it a little odd when dealing with the rest of the stuff. So, how about let's find out something else to do? Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. I will be posting more, so don't you worry about it. I think the next thing that we're going to have to work on is probably getting that automatic factory working to perfection. Which, perfection, I don't know if you know, is awesome, but a little hard to achieve. Way of Time, the Taint Destroyah. Signing off. Have a wonderful day.